Hey everybody, this is Coach Allison and I'm back with your week 4 Defy Aging workout to go through. Okay, this week we have one circuit of 7 exercises. We're going to go through that for 3 rounds. Excuse me, each round will be timed a little bit differently. The whole workout this week, everything is 45 seconds of work, but your rest time will change. So round 1 is 45 seconds on, 35 seconds off. Round 2 is 45 seconds on, 40 seconds off, and round 3 is 45 seconds on, 45 seconds off. So as you progress through the rounds and you get more tired, you get a little extra rest time each new round. All right, let's go through our 7 exercises. Superman Lat Pull. And of course, I forgot to grab a band. So you do need a resistance band for this. All right, so Superman, you are on the floor, on your stomach. And I like to put my arms through the loops of the handles just so they're not flopping around everywhere, but it's up to you if you want to do that. Grip the band about 12 inches, maybe 12 to 16 inches apart. Okay, now standard Superman, you lift and lower, right? With the Superman lat pull, we want to engage those lats, which are kind of the upper back muscles. So we're going to do our Superman, and as we do that, we're going to pull the band apart and down. All right, apart and down. Apart and down. So I'm bringing the band to my upper chest. So we don't want it to come way down here. Upper chest. Squeezing those elbows back. Pretend, a good way to think about this is pretend you're trying to touch your elbows together behind your back. And then that should put you into the right form. Now, if getting it down onto the floor is not an option for you, we're going to eliminate the Superman component and we're going to stick with the lat pull. So you'll do that standing. Okay, so we're up like so. Same position with the hands and the band. Arms are up at about a 45 degree forward from your forehead. So we don't want to be straight overhead because we need to kind of be pulling back. So same thing with the arms, pull apart. And now we're kind of pulling down and back instead of kind of straight forward and back. But notice how I'm still bringing my elbows back behind me, bringing the band again to my upper chest. We want to avoid the band coming down to the waist. Okay, exercise 2, underhand dumbbell row. So we do have 2 back exercises back to back. So you need 2 weights for this. Okay. Typically when we do a dumbbell row, we keep the palms turned in. This is more standard. This week, we're going to turn the palms forward. I want you to pretend you're holding onto a barbell. So the weights aren't kind of kitty corner. Pretend it's just one straight thing, like a barbell. Want that body in the standard 45 degree forward bend, just like any standing back row. Pull up and back. Again, we're trying to squeeze those elbows, shoulder blades together, bringing the elbows back behind us. Up and back. You'll notice the weights kind of naturally split apart a little bit at the top. That's just the natural way that your arms are moving. Okay. Let your arms come down to a full extension. What I mean by that is we want to avoid it stopping like right here. See how I'm keeping my elbows bent? Let your arms come down full extension. Okay. Oh, shoot. My other phone turned off, so I lost my list. Okay. Slow motion or slow-mo chest press. So still need 2 weights for this. Probably need to go a little bit lighter than what you just had for the back row. Back is typically a stronger muscle group than chest. So anyways, usually you can go a little heavier for back stuff. So for this, we're on the floor. Okay. You'll probably want a mat under your back, but I don't have one. Okay. So we bring the weights. We do chest presses a lot. Bring those elbows straight out to the side, and then you dip them down a little bit. That's how I find the perfect positioning. So again, straight out to the side, and then dip them down a little bit. Okay. And we're going to press 3 to 4 seconds up. And then we're going to come 3 to 4 seconds down. Again, 3 to 4 seconds up. So I'm not kidding when I said slow motion. Okay, so try to avoid, resist the urge to go really fast. Yeah, it's called time under tension. It's just we want to create more time under tension on those muscles. So let's slow that movement down. I just want to show you one safety thing. When you're done with your exercise, make sure you put the weights down like this. You drop that bell to the floor instead of like this. That I actually just got a little crack in my shoulder just with that one, because it's like a weird yanking on your shoulder. So please put it down the way I showed you first, safely. If you're unable to get to the floor for a chest press, we're going to switch it to an incline or a wall push-up, still with that slow-mo. I don't have anything around me to do an incline. I will show you the wall, though, but most of you have been with us long enough to know all the push-up variations. Okay, hands at about the shoulder height, maybe a little lower. 3 to 4 seconds coming down to your push-up, and then 3 to 4 seconds pressing. And if you were on an incline, you would just have your hands on something like this. But okay, next up, stability ball plank. This is a challenging one. Okay, this is a stability ball. We're doing a standard plank, well, not standard, but an elbow plank. But your elbows are going to be on a ball, which, as you know, balls tend to roll around. So it makes it very challenging. So this is the way I like to do it. It's not the most graceful way to get in the position, but this is the way I do it. I put kind of one leg back. So I'm just have a staggered stance, get my elbows down, get my back leg back, then I bring my other one to meet it. So I'll show you from this side. So kind of elbows down. Once I feel like I got my elbows in position, then I step that other leg back. Notice how my feet are far apart. That is going to help you balance, stabilize. So you can do this. It is significantly harder. So I recommend a little wider stance. Make sure your hips are level. So by that, we don't want the hips like this. We don't want the knees bent. And you are not resting on the ball like this. Like this is just me playing. You want your chest and your stomach off the ball. That's when we engage those muscles. Notice how my elbows are right under my shoulders. So a great place to start, if you feel ready to try this, it's a pretty advanced exercise. A great place to start with it is pressing the ball into a wall first. This gives you practice. It lets your body get some practice feeling the squishiness of the ball and just getting used to the feel of your elbows on the ball. But you have the wall here to stabilize, so it can't roll around. So see how I can't roll around. I can't tip over. But my body is able to get used to the squishiness of the ball. Try that first. If and when you feel ready to progress that to the more advanced version, just pull that ball away from the wall. It does take some practice, so give it some practice. Okay, that is core, chest, and shoulders. That's targeting. Next one, we have some lunges, but some legs. Reverse lunge squat combo. Goodness, reverse lunge squat combo. Okay, reverse lunges. We're gonna step back with one leg, big step. You gotta take a big step. If it's too small, I'll show you why that doesn't work. So big step, bend both knees, not just the front one. Bend both knees as low as you're able. So I'm able to get pretty low. Take it here, halfway down, all the way down, whatever you can. Then step the feet together, and then you're gonna do the other side. So that's the lunge. I'll show you the squat and how we put it together in a moment. But for a lunge, again, if you don't step back far enough, you can't do the right form. So that's why a wide stance is really necessary. It gets kind of like, it makes you have to hinge at your hip, or your knee is too far forward. So big step. Now watch my body is able to go straight down, getting a nice 90-degree bend in each leg, in each knee. Anyway, and then a standard squat, feet are hip width apart, sinking those hips down and back. Make sure you're not just sinking forward like so. So we're gonna put all that together. So I'm gonna lunge back one leg, lunge back other leg, and squat. And just do it again. Lunge back one side. Move, I almost tipped over. FYI, lunges are a lot of balance. So if you wanna do this near something to hold on to, that's fine. One thing, quick note. When you do if you're doing reverse lunges without the squat, typically you bring your feet kind of right back next to each other. Since we are going into a squat here, try to remember to keep your stance a little bit wide. So again, this would be me doing reverse lunges without adding a squat. My feet are staying close. But now when it's time for the squat, I have to stop, widen my stance, and go into the squat. We don't want to have to stop and do that repositioning of the feet. So Keep that hip width apart stance, even when you come back from your lunges. Now I'm ready for the squat, and I didn't need to pause and kind of find my footing. So keep that in mind. Okay, and then a wall sit, 2 leg exercises back to back, kind of just like our back stuff and like our chest stuff. All right, wall sits. Need some wall. All righty. Feet start out, so your feet are not right under your hips as you start. So lean into the wall just like you're kind of waiting somewhere, okay? But then you're going to sort of sink down until you feel like your legs are engaged enough and you can handle it, but it's a challenge. So like for me, this would be a little too easy, so I will go down a little lower. If you're able to get down until your thighs are parallel to the floor, that's wonderful, but that might take some working towards. So work on that. And big thing to remember, don't let the knees, make sure your feet are out far enough so that you are not letting the knees kind of protrude farther forward than the toes. By that, I know you can't see my toes, but you'll get the idea here. See how my knees are here and clearly my feet are like here? We don't want that. You want ankles directly under knees. See that alignment here now? Keep your back pressed into the wall. No leaning forward like this. Okay. Wall sits are a great exercise because any fitness level can do them. It depends, the intensity of it depends on how low you're going. So if it's newer for you, stay up a little higher. If you're more advanced, go down a little lower. Final exercise, battle rope, double arm slams. All right. Am I in frame? Nope. All right, every club has the ropes. All right, plant those feet. Athletic stance, you have a slight bend in your knees. You're not doing a squat, but you have a good bend for stability. Arms, both, rope in each hand. Arms are gonna go up and down. The goal is to make it smooth. So we're not doing like 1, stop, 2, stop, 3, stop. No. We're trying to continually move. Try to get those ropes to have nice waves in them. So they're not kind of like flaily, but they're just nice, steady waves. You can take this to a double arm, single rope variety if needed. So that means you hold, if you're gonna do this, have your coach put something heavy on the other one to anchor it down. Like he or she'll throw a weight plate on it or something. But you grab one rope with both hands and you do this. It is the same thing. And battle rope just take a little getting used to. So if you are not at the point yet where you can do the double, then you will do the single rope with both hands. Okay, those are our exercises. Hope you enjoy this week, and I'll see you back next week.